Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your June 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps get these readings to more people and makes me unbelievably happy. So thank you so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, June 2021 money and career, Virgo. June 2021 money and career, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh. And show me clearly, angels. Virgo. Money and career, Virgo. Money and career, Virgo. June 2021 money and career, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So on the bottom, this is our rooted self. The top is the energy that crowns us, our crowned self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Wands reversed. So we're not looking externally at all. We're very much looking internally, and we're working astoundingly hard, which means that we can be taking this time too seriously and being a little bit too short-sighted. So do be mindful of this, because we're only going to be looking at the here and the now, which actually can be a good thing, but it is going to stunt us in a very certain way moving forward. So let's see what crowns us. We have the Eight of Pentacles, again, that hard work, crowned by hard work, so that's absolutely beautiful. And then we have the Three of Swords. So it's because of heartbreak, pain, and disappointment that we're not looking outward, we're looking inward. And this is going to be important, because if we play this right, we can be dealing with a lot of issues that have held us back and that have kept us from moving forward the way that we want to. And sometimes we need to look at the pain that's in us, the tragedy that we've been through, and why it's holding us back in ways that we might not even have realized. But this is also going to be a time where we can start looking at that pain, and it can kind of build up a life of its own. So we have to be very mindful that that doesn't happen. Let's look at the energy we have to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Virgo needs to be mindful of? June 2021 money and career. What is the energy that Virgo has to be mindful of? June 2021 money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. The Princess of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is an energy that can be very demanding in what it wants, in the passion, in the way that career is moving forward. Now, this could be us. We could be being a little bit high maintenance during this time, being a little bit expecting too much, really just wanting things to go a certain way and not seeing that if they go another way, that might necessarily not be a bad thing. So kind of stepping back and looking at the bigger picture, which again is going to be harder for us to do, especially when it comes to career. And there's some sort of blockage here with the way that we've been moving forward in our career, or the career that we have, and the hurts and the pains that we have gone through, that we think, oh my gosh, this is defining everything that I'm going to do, everything that I need to do, everything that I am. So we have to just be very, very mindful of this here and look at the way that we want to move forward for our career, for ourselves, for what we desire, and not get too caught up in the time frame, because of course we as human beings get very caught up in the time frame astoundingly easily. Now let's look at the chakra energy for this time. Virgo, June 2021, money and career, Virgo. June 2021, money and career, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. I am present. Yeah, this makes perfect sense. And this is my favorite chakra card. It's the crown chakra, and it's talking about our I am presence. I am fill in the blank. I am successful. I am powerful. I am prosperous. I am happy. I am moving in the direction that I want to move within my life. Or I'm overwhelmed. I am fighting. I am needing to stay on top. I am working so hard and not getting where I want to be. And people say, Dane, why do you say the negative as well as the positive? Because when I hear people say the positive, when I'm listening to things, I think, yeah, that's totally me. And I'm on such a good track and it makes me feel great. But if they say the negative thing too, then I kind of call myself out and say, oh, well, that's how I think. And yeah, I do get really stressed out and really hard on myself, and I need to step back. And so the I am presence is looking at the part of the narrative that we tell ourselves that we want to see, but also the part of the narrative that we tell ourselves that we don't want to see. And that's really important. And then with the crown chakra, I love thinking of the crown chakra as a literal crown. What are we placing on top of our heads? Think of a person setting down this beautiful velvet box and it being opened up, and this beautiful crown sitting there. Is there a crown for you? Can you imagine that? Can you see that crown being taken from that box and placed on your head? Or is the crown broken? Is the crown non-existent? Is it that I'm not worthy of that prosperity, that success, that bounty? And maybe one day I will be. Or maybe I will never be. It will always be out of reach because of something somebody said, because of negativity that I've carried for a really long time, because of the heartbreak that I have been through. The crown chakra is coming in and saying, this is really important during this time for our success, because we're working so hard and we want to see ourselves progressing forward. Money is coming in, all right? The Eight of Pentacles is saying the time and the effort that you put in is creating something prosperous. Now, it's either money or something you value as much as money, because in the way that Spirit looks at things, it can be what you value as much as money coming in. But what we're going to see here is that it's worth our time and attention. We're not wasting our time. But when it comes to career, we might feel blockage. We might feel as if we've reached a certain point and our career might not have the same meaning that it did before. Or we find ourselves getting frustrated, angry, upset. Also look at if there's a certain trauma that happened in your life during this time. And it could paint everything with like gray clouds, storm clouds over you. That's common. That is common. So let's look here at what grounds us. We have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is hard work and creation. It's prosperity and it's bounty and it's abundance. And it's the 10,000 hours that we put in to become a master at something. The Two of Wands reversed is saying it's really hard to look forward. It's really hard to see where we want to be within the world, or to see that even our place within the world matters. There's something here that brings up a darkness, that brings up a cloud. It's going to be easier to retreat into work, to say, I just have to push forward. I just have to push forward. Or to be putting so much time and energy into work and yet not getting where you want to be, not moving forward in the direction that you had thought you were going to move forward, or actually accomplishing what you had set out to accomplish. So do be mindful of that during this time, because this card right here blocks our flow forward, blocks the place that we want to be. And with the Eight of Pentacles, we're going to come up with a solution that if I just work harder, if I just invest more time, then I'll be able to get there. But even if we're sitting at our desks, even if we're investing that time, creatively, we're not there, we're not present. And so it just becomes more draining. So we have to be very, very mindful with this energy during this time, because we don't want to burn the candle at both ends and have nothing to show for it, because it can be astoundingly frustrating. Now we're crowned with the Eight of Pentacles once again, hard work, creativity, the 10,000 hours, the being able to be highly skilled at something and being very proud of what we are skilled at. But it comes with the Three of Swords. Now it can be the underlying energy of you'll never succeed. The heartbreak, the pain, the disappointment. It could be from a caregiver that said, you'll never amount to anything. You're not worth my investment. It can be from a lover that put you down, that said, you'll never be what I want you to be. So I'm walking away. People do this all the time in very little ways. They place their hurt, their pain, their guilt, their anger onto somebody else. Because if I'm going to be wounded, I'm sure as heck going to wound as many other people as I can. During this time, if we name that hurt and that pain, if we name that anger and that fear and that guilt and that upset, we start to free ourselves. We start to see ourselves moving in a direction that we really want to move in, because we're taking out the swords. And that's hard to do. It will be painful. It's not going to be the easiest thing. And again, that's why it's going to be so much easier just to retreat into work. Just to say, I need to get this done, leave me alone, close the door, sit down to work, and then watch YouTube videos, think up ideas and throw them all away. Things like that are going to happen. And we're going to sit there and say, how did that happen? I was sitting there for hours upon hours upon hours. So this is a time where we just need to be mindful. If our work involves us connecting with people, we might find that our sales go down because we're not able to connect with people the same way that we usually do, because of that hurt, because of that pain. It's actually radiating outward. So what we need to do is embrace meditation, embrace a sense of really focusing on the I am presence, the understanding and the power of, this is who I am, this is where I want to be, this is my desire to move forward, and to step back, because there's going to be something here where even if it's just in our own heads, we're demanding too much. We're acting as if we should be 10,000 steps further along than we actually are. And so we have to be mindful of that. We have to be mindful, and our goals have to be realistic. It moves us to our subconscious message, our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the star. The star is Aquarius energy, time frame January 20th to February 18th. The star is living in dreams, but also here it's almost as if the dreams are what are making us work. But there's a sense of fatalism, nihilism, that I'm never going to be able to have my dreams. So I just have to keep on going. The bills have to be paid, food has to be on the table, heat, electric, it has to go on. And it almost feels like the dreams become less. And that's also what we have to be mindful of, where the dreams start to taste sour within our own mouths. We start to look at what once propelled us forward, once, kept us going. And now it's like, I just can't. And so be very mindful of this. Be very mindful of the dreams that come forward and the way that we're taking them in. Because this is a time where our dreams can focus inward. Our dreams can help us realize our pains and our hurts, our disappointments, and we can start to see them. We can start to feel them, embrace them, and say, where has this dream been shattered? And why has this dream been shattered for me? And you might be saying, Dane, we're talking about money and career. Yes, money and career, hard work, and having the payoff. The career, the passion, what gets us out of bed in the morning. If that doesn't involve our dreams, if that doesn't involve our hopes and our desires, then I don't know what does. The money to be able to have security. Anybody who says money doesn't matter has always had money and doesn't know what they're talking about. Money matters profoundly and intensely. It's what keeps us safe. And that might sound far-fetched, but it's not. It keeps a roof over our heads. It keeps food in our bellies. It's a protection. And we need that protection. So here we're working towards prosperity and success and abundance, and we're throwing ourselves into it. We're throwing ourselves into our work, but we can't forget our dreams. The payoff is not worth losing our dreams over. So that's also going to be very important, because we can get to the nihilistic part and feel as if it's only me. It's only me. It's only this. It's only the pain. And the rest of the world, well, it just doesn't matter. Everybody's out for themselves anyway. So what does it matter? We have to be very mindful of that, because our dreams need to guide us. And we might look at our dreams and say, the wish of children. And the wishes of children, they have to die away. It's kind of like Wendy being told by her father that she has to leave the nursery in Peter Pan. It's like, you have to grow up. You have to move away from the realm of dreams. And if you move away from the realm of dreams, yes, you can be very successful. But that spark, that brilliance, it just isn't there. And Virgo, you need that. You do need that. as a hermit, as somebody who turns inward and sees beauty. You can't turn inward. Well, you can, but it would be rather devastating to turn inward and only see the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, and everything that has gone wrong. You need your dreams. They're the star that's in the lantern that guides you forward. That is an absolute essential part of yourself. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is the inner child, the heart chakra. That makes perfect sense. It's time to connect with our inner child, with the person that we once were. Whether we love the child that we were or whether we don't, we sit there and we see all the flaws and the hurts and say, why did I have to go through that? Now's time to look at who we were and say, I love you, I respect you. But above all, I see you in a way that you hadn't been seen, and in a way that you need to be seen. I understand your hurts and your pains because I am the one who lived them too. And I love you. To open up your arms to your inner child and call your inner child in, that's extraordinary. That's something that we normally don't do. We run away from our shadows. We have a world filled with people running away from their own shadows. And the problem is, you can't escape it. It's always right behind you. The subconscious rooted message is the Ten of Swords, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. There's a sense here, subconsciously, of transformation. And that transformation is overwhelming. That transformation really has us looking at ourselves in a way that we don't want to. And what we're going to see here is that all the hurt and pain and disappointment that we have been through has been for a reason. We're not out in the cold, left with nothing. We are well armed, but with the swords that have fell us, that have made us fall, and with the swords that will now arm us, that will now hold our strength and our skill and our power, extend our reach, and extend our might. It moves us then to our subconscious crowning message, which is the Ace of Swords. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you a gift of knowledge, insight, and ideas. Handing you a gift that changes the way you see things, handing you a gift that changes the power that leads you forward, changing ideas, opening up eyes. This is also a sense of skills being put to use and seeing that you can open up doors yourself through might, through determination, through insight, through ideas. And now's the time to utilize it. Now's the time to go after what you want to go after and not hold back. The Ace of Swords, it does come through pain because the swords that come to us are through pain. So it doesn't feel like a gift when it comes in, but it is most definitely a gift as we hold it and as we utilize it. And it actually connects us better to what we want. It makes things clearer. It really does. And it connects us in humanity and understanding with the people we are working with, but also with the greater skill of what we want. It also helps us know people, read people very, very well. All right, Virgo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward in blessings and prosperity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.